Hi, my name is Nash, and I don't know. I'm doing a lot of journaling, like in paper form, and have been watching YouTube videos for years, and I don't know. Thought I would start video journaling, um, particularly because of the importance of voice and what changes might happen if I start tea, um, or when I start tea. I don't know. I guess I'm in this funny position right now where I'm kind of fluctuating between an if and a when. Getting really close to just staying consistently with when I start tea. I kind of wish I'd started doing this long ago, just to track, because I've gotten so far to where I am now. There's a lot of processing that has happened, and my dog's about to start playing with the noisiest toy he has. I don't know. There's a lot of processing that's already happened, and that has gotten me here, and a lot of it is stuff that I wish I had seen answers to when I was doing research. There's so many times where I was searching and searching for somebody I could see myself in, and then see what they did. Right? Somebody who has similar sentiments to everything I've been thinking, and then saw them go through with medical transition, and then how they felt about it, which I was hoping desperately would be positive. Because I think I've always thought of this as an inevitability. I've always known that eventually I'd be on T someday, and I wasn't quite sure what would get me to that point. In terms of resources, I know how to navigate the system, but what would get me there in terms of like my own sureness, like really feeling sure. I think I've been searching for this like steady, calm sureness, that this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what's right for me, this is the right path. I think I've wished so desperately for almost like the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of transness past to come show me, my future. Like, this is your future if you take tea, and this is your future if you don't. Which one do you like? So I can make some like hindsight informed decision. Because I think there's so much mystery, there's so much unknown, and that's uncomfortable. But I've gotten to a place now where no matter what that looks like, I'm very close to being sure and knowing that that's what's right for me, no matter how that ends up looking, or how I end up looking. Yeah, I'm a lot more sure in recent weeks, and I think that has a lot to do with this kind of some thought exercises that I've been doing in terms of really thinking through. I don't know. I feel like I have these waves of thought, where I'm sure and I know that this is going to be the right thing for me. Oh, sorry, my computer just went black. Where I'm sure and I know that this is going to be the right thing for me, and then in an hour or a day, it's later, it's no. Like, what are you thinking? Thinking about just all kinds of fears. I don't even know if I could name them all, but just all these worries and self-doubts, and then it goes back up. This new wave comes where I feel confident and stoked, and I let myself feel excited, and I think about my body and how I can't stand it anymore, and how wonderful that would feel, and and I think about, fuck it, all the assumptions of people's perceptions, and what people's perceptions would be, and how, kind of that worry of visibility that comes with the low wave queer visibility that I'm so used to, or just like the visibility of like my complexity, like my gender's complexity, my gendered experience complexity, but then on those high waves, just like the confidence I feel that I can be as complex, I can be that complex person. I can be myself and express my gender through medical transition. And people's assumptions shouldn't be any of my concern. And I can educate folks, and I can teach folks that it's not just everyone who identifies in the binary that medically transitions. And who knows? Like I've always been somebody who felt very strongly that like identity is a process, that we're all in a process of becoming, and this is more of that. And I think I got very used to in the last few years just feeling very steady with my identity. That I got into a place where I was settled, and to unsettle it all again is a little worrisome, but it's totally consistent with what I know about life and identity formation. So I think that this entire process I've really been able to delve deep into my values and what I want for myself, and a lot of putting myself before other people, which is a great thing. Right? It's a great thing. Yeah, so I don't know, just kind of facing those low points. I mean, just the fact that I'm articulating it as the high points are the ones where I'm feeling really confident and sure, and the low points are these self-doubting moments. It goes to show what I want, right? I could have easily flipped those around, and the high points been like, I don't want to be on T, and the low points being like, I think that's what's right for me. But I don't. That's how I articulate it. High points and low points, obviously quite the value judgment. So that's something in and of itself. But lately, when those low waves hit me, I've been really, really reflective about them. What's at the core of those? Why am I doubting? And I kind of just thought I'd play a game with myself and say, let's pretend that those feelings, the low wave feelings, are fear-based. Let's pretend they're completely fear-based and not situated within reality at all, and that those high points are what's real for me. And I figured, I didn't know that was true or not, but I figured if I played that game with myself, it would become very apparent whether or not that was true or not. So I played it, and I've been playing it for like the last few weeks. And I don't know, it's brought me to a really great place. It's brought me to this place where I'm very certain that those low points, those self-doubting thoughts, those this isn't right for me thoughts, are all based in fear. And the power that I'm giving other people. And I kind of thought through, like, what power am I giving people? And I wrote a list. I don't have it. I should have it. But the power to exclude me from spaces and from communities. The power to intimidate me out of what I want for myself. The power to judge me and embarrass me. The power to dictate how I can identify depending on what my gender expression is. The flip side of that, the power to dictate how I can express my gender depending on what my identity is. I don't have a binary identity, and that doesn't mean that medical transition isn't right for me. I think a lot of folks make that dichotomy between like genderqueer or some kind of non-binary identifier and medical transition, like surgery and hormones and all of that. For me, those two things aren't mutually exclusive, and that's okay. And I think I'm coming to a realization that that's okay, and that might be that my identity and its complexities outside of the binary might be erased sometimes based off of people's perceptions, but that already happens, right? That I am often read as somebody who identifies as a woman who was assigned female at birth, albeit gender nonconforming, which in and of itself is a total, misperception. And I think the realization that misperceptions are always going to happen because our world is binary and that folks grow up with that conception of gender, and that, you know, I do what I can to complicate that shit for folks, and that I will continue to do that.